In Brooklyn. You're on WNYC with the mayor. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. Tuesday afternoon, I parked my car with my 4-year-old son. He walked in the house and I got out of the car. I was parked about 2 doors down. I was excited to find a spot on the block. I live on a very difficult block to park on. And this man in front of me, in front of the neighbor's house, was sort of calling down the block, these people down the block. All of a sudden he turned and ran in. Shots were fired. And I was right there as it happened. I'm happy my 4-year-old got in the house, and they found bullet casings right by where I was standing, in addition to other places on the block. 2 bystanders were injured, although they were, I think, around the corner, so I didn't actually see them. I didn't actually see the people who were shot. And I want to just, I live in right below the parade grounds on Prospect Park on 18th and Caton. And I know gun violence has increased in our area. This was in broad daylight, 4 p.m. And, I've thought about this, and I want to know what's being done. There were 40 police officers or more who covered our block for hours. I don't know what that means, what comes of it, or whatever else.
Or how you feel safe tomorrow, right, Nicole?
Right. And so I walk out my door now, and this is only 3 days later, but when I open the door, even to put the garbage outside or something like that, I very carefully look from one side to the other. And when I had to take my son down the block, I carried him. I have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. I carried him right in front of me. So if we had to duck and cover, we could do that.
And your younger one is making their radio debut right now, and thank goodness your 4-year-old got in the house safely. Mr. Mayor, gun violence is increasing in the city. You don't need me to tell you.
Yeah. Nicole, I'm first of all, as a parent, I'm feeling what you're saying very deeply, and it must have been terrifying. And, a parent's first instinct, obviously, is anything to protect their children. So I'm very, very sorry you went through that, and I'm sure it was very upsetting. And look, we have seen something after years and years of reducing gun violence steadily. We saw something horrible last year, and we saw a lot of things disrupted in all our lives. But one of the worst parts of it, on top of all the pain and of all the illness from COVID, we also saw more gun violence. And I think it comes back to this horrible combination of things we saw. No, people didn't have jobs, and almost 1 million people lost their jobs. Schools were closed. Houses of worship were closed. Things really were falling apart. I believe this fundamentally. This year's going to be very, very different because we're going in the reverse direction, thank God. The city is coming back. Jobs are coming back. Kids will all be in school in September. And we are also bringing communities and NYPD closer together. There was a lot of work that had to happen to build up more trust. I think that work is starting to really be felt. And we're investing in community-based solutions to gun violence, like the Cure Violence movement and the crisis management system. And the NYPD also is taking more guns off the street now than it has literally in 25 years. And there's way too many guns in our society. We all know this, and we all know they come from outside the state. The NYPD is getting more of them now, and that will continue. So it's very upsetting, but I know we will turn the tide, and New York City has before, and we will again.
Thank you, Nicole. Best of luck to you and your kids.